Question number one, son.
This question.
Which of the next 11 games did you get me tickets to go to? I'm asking you on the chat. I'm asking you here so you can get called out. I'm sorry
That's
to do
so messed up.
I'm
Hey,
asking
you know what's
you
messed
what do you
You know
have?
what's messed up? All day. You don't tell me anything. Now we on camera. You want to talk all up in the video.
Take note.
Big Meech.
We're here.
My man, Alan just been.
It's different this time.
What's up, guys? It's over. It's over. It was an incredible 9-game streak, and it ends in such a ridiculous way. Chris Paul, what the hell? We're gonna talk about that. But the Knicks lose to an elite team. The Suns haven't been as great as of late, but they're still the 2 seed in the West. It's one of the best teams in the league. Listen, the fact that we've been in, I know there's still a part of me that still so much can't believe what's going on this season that I still feel sometimes like, yeah, it's not that bad, you know? But I will say tonight, we had some execution plays down the stretch we messed up on. Randall did not have a good game.
Right.
But we played a great team. And the thing is, as much as we're excited about the team, like, you have to live in the moment, right? So whatever our expectations were, now looking at the Knicks, it's very clear they're a much better team than we thought. So I'm not just going to go into these games like, oh, man, it's all right. We played well. Like, these are the teams we're going to be playing. The playoffs aren't about playing teams that are not good. It's good teams.
Right. So that was what I was trying to say the last time when we spoke about them going on their road trip and playing against these West Coast teams. We all know the West Coast teams clearly have much, much better records than the East Coast teams do. So this is really good practice for the Knicks to play against these types of teams, because if we are making it into the playoffs, not the finals, but into the playoffs, you know, the level of basketball that's played is this level. Yeah. Right. A lot of these guys, you know, to be honest, I think a lot of these teams that know they're making it into the playoffs anyway haven't stepped up to play that next level of basketball. So we definitely need the practice, and we need to be up there with that. You know, we started out this game really strong, kind of how we have been starting off with Reggie Bullock giving us those threes back to back. I always feel like when he does that, he sets like this nice tone. He sets this energy. They were playing with so much confidence also. You could see it. They're on a high. They're on a little high, and you see what's going on with them. Derrick Rose, not just to jump into him really quick. You see the assist that he's giving us? I'm watching, I mean, and he gave us obviously tonight really good points also, but I'm watching him, and he's like the assist king. Like, he really is so aware of the rest of the team, and so it almost seems like he wants them to score, so he wants to get in the ball, not for him to get the assist, but he wants them to score. He wants to see it be a team effort. He wants to get everyone involved. So he seems to play on the court to me that way, with vision everywhere, seeing, well, hey, you didn't get to shoot yet, let me let you shoot. You didn't score yet, let me let you score. Like, I feel that from him, you know? And so, yeah, he had a great game tonight. Great game tonight. Again, that's that veteran leadership. And Tom Thibodeau knew what he was doing when he brought not just Derrick Rose, but also Taj Gibson, because they play under him so well. And I think they play exactly how he wants his guys to play.
Yeah. I mean, there's Tibbs guys. Jimmy Butler even said it. He's like, Tibbs is getting the gang back together. Rose has been great for a few weeks now. He is upping his game as we're getting to the playoffs, which is really big and important, because, you know, that's where he shines. You're making so much noise. It's all over the broadcast. All everyone just heard was, that's what they just heard. Now they heard me doing that too. So sorry, guys. You're going to hear some garbage there. But regardless, Derrick Rose has continuously been really good for us off the bench. The thing is, when you're playing teams like the Suns, we had a good lead. We kind of went back and forth. The NBA is a game of runs. Even though we're so good this season, they have more firepower than us. And when it came, you know, down to the end, when push came to shove, when we got to the clutch moments of the game, Derrick Rose has been hitting clutch buckets and did help us again. He's been that closer for us at times. But you saw the Suns on the other end, and Chris Paul did it. Chris Paul completely at the end just defecated on the Knicks.
He won the game. He won the game for them. He absolutely won the game for them. He rallied up and he won the game for them, hands down. there were a few threes that we missed and a few points that we missed towards the end there that would have changed the game also. But we don't.
The turnover. The turnovers out those are so bad.
Well, that's the next thing. That's the next thing. We don't have as great as Julius Randle is, and I want to talk about him a little bit too, being the MVP. As great as Julius Randle is, he's only sort of now having that power, that stardom sort of power that Chris Paul has had in this league. So Chris Paul knows how to rally and to be like, no, we're closing out this game and we're winning. He had it. He brought it down.
It's one of the best point guards of all time. I will say this about Chris Paul. Just know me, I'm always looking ahead. Chris Paul has $44 million owed to him for next year. However, there's a rumor, and it's not even a rumor because honestly, Chris Paul has been flirting with the Knicks forever. But even more so than that, Leon Rose. I don't know if it was exactly his agent, but they're pretty tight, like really tight. Like Leon Rose and Chris Paul are really, really cool and really close. He went to Phoenix, that's working out right now. However, I think we could see potentially Chris Paul opt out of $44 million. I know that sounds crazy because who would give up $44 million?
Excuse me. He doesn't need $44 million from the NBA. He needs all those dollars with is it Allstate or is it State Farm? Are you kidding me?
Well, here's the thing. So here's my theory. There's a very good chance. I'm watching Chris Paul tonight. He's loving being at the Garden. I'm telling you, now that the Garden's letting people in and the Knicks are good, teams are coming here, seeing what the vibe is like, seeing the MVP, the crazy chanting, the cheering, the celebrities on the sideline. You have to remember.
Monday night, you saw him giving back to Chris Rock, to LL Cool J. Yes, Chris Paul was loving being there.
He was loving it, and he got fired up because of the vibe. And Chris Paul's a hooper's hooper. He's a pure basketball head. I know he would love the idea of finishing it off in New York. I'm not even advocating for it or going crazy for it. Listen, I feel like now we're playing with house money. We're a good team. We got cap space. You want to come here? Fine. If you don't, we don't need you. Though we do need a point guard. I'm just saying that. But Chris Paul, I could see a scenario where he gives up the $44 million for the season, but he does it because he signs a 2-year deal with the Knicks, and maybe that deal is worth $60 million. So it's 2 years. Yes, he's getting more money, but I could see him potentially doing that. If not, maybe even more than 60. We'll see. But Chris Paul is an elite player, and you can see he's gone to Phoenix. They were doing well last year at the end, but he's really changed that team. He's helped change that culture. They're the 2 seed, which is crazy. At the end of the game, he was hyped up off the crowd. He was hyped up of not Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller wasn't there tonight. I don't think he was there tonight. But,
no, not Ben Stiller. Who was with Chris Rock?
John Stewart.
Yes, John Stewart.
So John Stewart, Chris Rock, LL Cool J. He was happy to see them. He's not seeing those people in Phoenix. This is what it is to be a New York basketball star. They're seeing the love that Randall's getting too. So it's good. I want to talk about Randall real quick before you get into him. He has these games. I definitely think tonight he got frustrated with the double teams. And he still kind of falls back every now and listen, he's been incredible for like 10 games in a row. But he does fall every now and then into these little moments where he's a little bit too frustrated and can't just like calm himself down and reassess. But I think it's coming with age and maturity. After the leap he's made this year, this guy can be anything he wants. I think he could go to space. He could be an astronaut. He could be the president. I am never doubting Julius Randle again.
I think Julius is going to be totally, totally fine. You like your new shirt. I think he's going to be totally fine. And, talk about MVP. And MVP, as we know, it's not the best player in the league. The MVP is the most valuable player in the league. And there is no doubt in my mind that he has clearly outshone everyone in turning his entire game around and turning our team around. And, when you talk about the value that he has brought to the New York Knicks, it is undeniable, absolutely undeniable. And talking about Julius, we have to also, of course, give much props to Tom Thibodeau, who has the same team basically that we had last year, right? So he didn't get no new stars to say,
sucked. He sucked.
So Tom Thibodeau, Coach of the Year. I think the last time that the Knicks had Coach of the Year I don't know if he actually won it, but I want to say it was in the runnings, was Pat Riley in 1993. And then I think after that, there was some type of mention with Mike Woodson in the 2013 season. But
I can't remember.
He was assistant coach, and so I don't know how that actually works out. But the last time that our coaches were even mentioned up there in any kind of ranking was 93 and then 2013. So
every 10 years, every 20 for the first one. But,
right.
But yeah,
Tom Thibodeau has taken this team and showed the true potential that each one of these players can really bring to the game each night. He's turned the game around. I can't even, sometimes I feel like I'm in a fairy tale because it's not making sense to me that we are the 4th in the Eastern Conference and that we just won the 9 games in a row. I'm like, what?
We're the story of the NBA. We're the story of the NBA. I know we lost tonight, guys. But we haven't done that many videos recently.
Well,
so I know we're talking about a lot of stuff.
Videos? Wait, should we not be doing videos because you realize they're winning when we're not doing videos?
I was gonna say when they were on the streak, right? And we had you were away, and we hadn't done one for like 4 or 5 games. In my head, I was like, you know what? If they're going to keep winning, I'm just going to figure out what we want to do the channel. Let me just talk real quick to end here on the Randall MVP thing. Now, Jokic is going to win MVP. I think he deserves it. I think Randall's a top 5 guy. But I think one thing that's interesting about what you bring up, and I do agree, obviously, about his value. Like, I have no idea where this team would be without Julius Randle.
Right.
But also, to be honest, Denver, Jokic is running that entire offense. Embiid has been crazy this season. So I do think, to be honest, that guys like and Steph Curry has been crazy this season, even though the Warriors aren't that good. So I don't really think Randall's really like an out-and-out winner. But a lot of the MVP is about the narrative. And I'll give you a crazy example of how so much of this is about perception and everything, right? Julius Randle this season, off the top of my head, I'm really not remembering, but I'm guessing I think he's like 24 points per game, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, right? He's shooting like 46, 47 from the field, over 40 from 3, 80 from the line. Those numbers are crazy. The Knicks are the 4th seed. By the way, the Hawks lost tonight to the Pistons, so we're still fine. So in a weird way, not the worst loss at all, you know? So putting all that together, right? Looking at where the Knicks are this year compared to last year, looking at how many players are the same, right? Looking at how little change, looking at the fact that we're spending the least amount of money in the league. We didn't make any big trade. There's no big signing. If Julius Randle's name was Kevin Durant. Oh! Kevin Durant, so listen to it, right? Kevin Durant obviously it's not the same year, you know, but still. Kevin Durant comes to New York. And now the Knicks are a 4th seed with the exact same stats Randle has. The exact same game, scored the same points the same way. He would have actually been the runaway. Not even close. It would have been over. They would have been like, oh my God, Kevin Durant rescued the Knicks. So I'm just saying that there to say, while I do think he's a top 5, not really number 1, a lot of this stuff really has to do with like narrative and how things work. Because Randall in a weird way, he's been getting so much love from the media, and it's great to see. But in a weird way, he still hasn't gotten all the respect he deserves. It seems weird to talk about this after he didn't really have a good game, but I'm just acknowledging the season he's had.
Listen, you know, you talk about Kevin Durant having the game that Julius is having right now. You're so right. Like, it would have been a completely different narrative, and it would. And you know me, I'm so glad now that we did not get a superstar. And I've said this for years. I've always told you this back when we wanted LeBron. I never ever wanted the Knicks to get a superstar to come here and then all of a sudden we're good, because then completely it would have been Kevin Durant got the Knicks to the 4th seed to the 4th place in the Eastern Conference. And now it's like we're able to do it with our own homegrown guys. Even though I know we didn't draft Julius.
He's
when we got him, it was a laughing stock. No, I'm saying even though I know we didn't draft him. When he came here, it was like, oh, look at who the Knicks got. Ha ha ha, Julius Randle. Who's he? There's a whole thing with Stephen A. Smith like going on. We're here.
He said we here, and his birth certificate changed. Everything changed. His history changed. He went back in time when he said that. He's from Brooklyn. He's from Bed-Stuy. He grew up on Biggie.
Listen,
he got the tattoo.
The Biggie tattoo.
Biggie tattoo.
Listen, when he is playing against the Nets, there's no one on the Nets that has the Biggie tattoo that he got. He represented New York strong.
I feel like Kyrie has one, but I feel like Kyrie has a tattoo of everything. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching. Peace. We played the
by the
Bulls.
way.
What's up?
This is my allergies, blowing my nose and rubbing my eyes. So excuse me for that.
All good. We are playing the Bulls on Wednesday, so we're getting down to it. Playoffs are coming. Yes, we lost tonight. CP3 went crazy. This is gonna happen in the NBA sometimes. I'm not really worried about the team. I'm proud of them. They're gonna keep it rolling. I've seen this team at this point come back from too often to doubt them anymore. I am so beyond anything this team is better than we think even now. Yeah. And I think they're gonna prove it on this West Coast road trip. I'm excited for it. Thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, subscribe, give the video a like, drop your comments below, thoughts on the game, and see you guys next time.